In the city of Innsbruck in 1485, a woman named Helena Schuberin stood trial accused of witchcraft. She found herself at the center of a witch hunt led by the infamous Heinrich Kramer, a 15th century man with an intense hatred of women. Kramer was a Catholic clergyman and inquisitor who was on a mission to investigate witches and bring them to justice. A papal bull issued by Pope Innocent VIII recognized the existence of witches which had previously been debated. This finally granted Kramer authority to persecute witches where he had formerly been denied in Germany. Kramer had an obsession with witchcraft, especially among women. Schuberin probably wasn't a witch, but she was a very outspoken woman and publicly challenged Kramer's authority and beliefs. She refused to attend his sermons and encouraged others to do so as well. She cursed him publicly and even accused him of heresy for his relentless focus on witchcraft. Her defiance enraged Kramer, leading to her arrest along with 13 others. The charges against her included using magic to cause illness as well as using witchcraft to cause a knight to pass away, alleging that he was Schuberin's former lover. This latter accusation is particularly interesting because it plays into fears of female sexuality and the perceived threat of women who defied social norms. Her trial was a high-profile event overseen by the Bishop of Brixen. Kramer, as the Inquisitor, led the persecution and fixated on Schuberin's perceived immoral behavior. He focused his interrogation on her sexuality, perhaps as a way to discredit her and build his case. Some believe that Kramer may have used Schuberin's trial to promote his theories about witchcraft and the dangers of women. However, the bishop was uncomfortable with Kramer's line of questioning and the trial was ultimately suspended. In letters that were exchanged between the bishop and Kramer, there was a growing tension between the two men. This led up to Kramer's expulsion for his questionable methods and obsession with Schuberin. The trials in Innsbruck were suspended and Kramer eventually complied with the bishop's orders to leave the city. Humiliated and enraged, Kramer retreated to Cologne where he wrote the Malleus Maleficarum, a guide for witch hunts that would disproportionately impact women, leading to accusations, trials, and executions. The Malleus Maleficarum is usually translated as the Hammer of Witches. It was a treatise that was published in 1487 and outlined in detail the nature of witches and the methods for identifying them. Kramer wrote the book with his co-author Jacob Sprenger. They gave the impression that the book had official backing of the Catholic Church, but it was never formally endorsed and drew heavily on folklore and popular beliefs about witchcraft, particularly those that focused on the supposed evil nature of women. The Malleus was a reflection of Kramer's personal biases and fears about women. It explicitly stated that women were more likely to become witches due to perceived weakness, gullibility, and vulnerability to temptation. Kramer asserted that women were governed by an evil spirit and prone to indulge in the worst possible vices. While influential, the Malleus was not universally accepted by theologians at the University of Cologne. They criticized the book for recommending illegal and unethical procedures and being inconsistent with Catholic doctrines of demonology. Despite lacking official church sanction, the Malleus was rapidly adopted by both Catholic and Protestant authorities. Book's influence went beyond religious institutions, shaping popular beliefs and providing justification for the persecution of women who deviated from acceptable behavior and societal norms. Kramer's obsession with female sexuality is the major theme in the book. He was infatuated with the idea that women's carnal lusts made them vulnerable to demonic influence. This association of female sexuality with evil and demonic forces may represent an attempt to regulate and demonize women's bodies and desires. The guide warns that midwives are especially dangerous and most susceptible to witchcraft more than any other group of women, stating they surpass all others in wickedness. This attack on women who held traditional knowledge and power related to childbirth may reveal an effort to undermine their influence and authority within their communities. Kramer frequently mentions women using evil arts, charms, and spells to cause illness or misfortune. He describes these practices as demonic, linking them to women's supposed jealousy or desire for revenge. Kramer was particularly concerned with women using their medical knowledge to harm men's sexual potency or inflict sterility on other women. Kramer's portrayal of women with medicine knowledge is part of a broader pattern of demonizing and scapegoating women in his book. Malleus Maleficarum had a lasting impact on society, contributing to centuries of persecution and violence against those accused of witchcraft. While the witch hunts are over, I believe that their legacy is still relevant as a reminder of the dangers of prejudice, unchecked power, and the use of fear to control and silence others. One of the many reasons I love to draw magical women and witches is because to me they represent defiance and rebellion. They are a rejection of society's expectations of how I'm supposed to be. So here's the final illustration of my witch. If you like my artwork, you can find prints and more in my shop at sellsdividing.com. Thanks for watching.